So in the previous module, we started with writing very simple C++ code. So the code that we wrote was very simple. We just printed hello world on the screen, okay? But when we start learning any language, that's not our goal. I mean, we don't have to print hello world on the screen. Most of the time when we learn any language, we need to do some processing. And whenever it comes to processing, there's some data involved. So usually what happens is we have some data, we give this data to the processor and we kind of run some operations on top of that data, and after running those operations on top of that data we get some result, or we call it as output. Okay, so this is something which happens in the processing phase of the data. Okay, so data is very important whenever it comes to any programming language. That's why in this module we are going to learn about data types in C++. So on my screen you can see I have written multiple values. Okay, so if you see carefully, I have written 10, then small a, then 101.56, then hey there, I am a text, then I have written some sequence of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. This is a Fibonacci series, and then I have written a key value pair kind of values. Okay, so you can see I have written name colon Amy, then age colon 22, course colon C++. Okay, so basically it's a key value pair where key is name, then value is Amy, key is age and value is 22, key is course and value is C++. Okay, then you can also see in the bottom I have one image and I have one video. Now why I'm showing you all these values, why I'm showing you all these different type of things. Okay, so reason behind this is nothing but a data. Okay, these different values are nothing but our data, and in any programming language, as a programmer, as a good programmer, you should always know how you can deal with the data, how you can store the data, how you can perform different operations on the top of the data. Okay, so let's say you have two values 10 and 20. As a programmer you should know how you can store these values. As a programmer you should also know how you can add these two values, how you can do multiplication on operation on them, how you can divide them, all different set of operation. You should know how you should apply them, how you can apply them on various types of data. Okay, now if you observe very carefully, the data is of different type. Okay, see 10 is different, small a is different, hey there I am a text, this is a different type of data. So depending on the type of data in C++, we have different data types. Now why we have data types in any programming language? See, it's not just limited to C++. You go to any programming language, each and every programming language has data types for dealing with the data. Why do we have data types? I'll just tell you one simple reason. See, if you take 10 or 20 such kind of values, then you can apply arithmetic operations on them. You can add 10 and 20, you can subtract 10 and 20. But let's take different example. Let's say you have small a and small b. Can you apply multiplication on them? Can you apply addition operation on them? The answer is no. I mean, applying arithmetic operations on characters doesn't make any sense, right? So depending on type of value or depending on type of data, the operations that we can perform on top of that data or the way we can store that data varies. And that's the reason to handle different type of data effectively, C++ or all the programming languages introduce the programmer with the concept of data types. Now let's quickly see what different types of value we have on our screen. Okay, so you can see over here this 10 is actually called as integer type of value. Okay, see, just try to remember these terms because you will come across these terms multiple times. So this 10, 20, 100, so the value which doesn't have any fractions, such kind of values are called as integer values. Okay, this small a is called as character. Okay, this is a character. This 101.56, this is kind of fractional value. So in terms of programming, we call it as floating values. So the values in which there is some fractional value involved, such kind of values are called as floating point values. Okay, see, this value which is sequence of character, or it contains multiple character, so this value is actually called as string. Okay, in terms of programming, this is called as string. Okay, See this key value pair, so right now let's not go into discussion of what this thing is called, okay, but right now just remember it is group of key value pairs, okay. You can see we have a key, and for that key we have value, and in this way we have multiple key value pairs, okay. Right now let's not go into the discussion that what this thing is called, because it's very advanced thing, and we are going to discuss about this thing at the end of this course, or at the very end of this course. So right now let's not go in that much detail. And this thing is very important. This is sequence of similar kind of data, or I'll say it's a list of similar kind of data. And again, we are going to discuss this in much more detail in one upcoming module that is called as arrays, okay. So right now let's not worry about this, but this is sequence of similar kind of data. You can observe all of these data values are integers, okay. So it's a similar kind of data, and this is image and this is video. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. In the next video we are going to discuss about different data types that are available in C++. So see you in the next video.